Alrighty, so to get warmed up, if you're doing this as a standalone video, come down onto your mat with your Swiss ball. We're starting with some pelvic curls just to get your spine articulating and switch on those deep core muscles. Peeling up away from the floor. I've made a bit of a divot into the ball with my heels. Breathe in at the top and then melt back down, melting down to the ground and peeling away. Tailbone first, lower back. You can see I've got some shakes. I'm trying to make myself as still as possible by really controlling those deep core muscles, coming all the way up to a straight line from my shoulders to my knees, and then melting back down to the ground, making it really, really smooth and controlled. I aim to do about 10 of these as a warm-up. And then once I'm feeling a little bit warmer and like things are moving okay, I'm going to pick the ball up between my legs. And first of all, as I pick it up, I flatten my spine a little bit, so I tilt back through my pelvis. I'm picking that up. Now, taking on this dead bug position, what I'd like you to do is think about the position of your pelvis here. So we're not completely flat now. Our upper, like our head, our shoulders, rib cage are heavy and sinking into the floor, but we need to just adjust the position of our pelvis so that there's a slight space under our lower back. As long as that's comfortable. If that's not comfortable, then keeping your back flat is fine. We've got our hands and feet on the ball, and what we're going to do here is reach long through our opposite arm and leg, maintaining the position of your pelvis, coming back to the center, switching sides. So what I tend to do is inhale as I open and exhale to close. Inhale to open, exhale to close. This one's called the dead bug. Inhale, open, exhale, close. And you can see you really need to switch on through those very deep core muscles to maintain the position of your pelvis. So again, you can do quite a few of those if that feels good. Coming back down, let your hip flexors have a bit of a breather. And then we're going to pass the ball from your hands to your feet. So feet down, arms out, coming up. Obviously your spine flattens here. Back down, make sure your spine doesn't arch away from the ground. Neutral position is okay, but just coming as low with your legs as you can control. So again, inhale to open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. You can keep going with those or do multiple sets. We're going to come up, pop your feet back up onto the ball for now. Do a little bit more abs. Exhale as you curl up into a chest lift. Inhale, reach forwards, and you can shimmy yourself up, curling a little higher if you need to. Pause here, arms come up and overhead, and then melting back down to the ground. So again, curling up. Inhale, reach, hands come up as you pause up there and slowly back down. Curling up, reach, hands up, 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 and down. Again, doing multiple of these is going to be good fun and a nice workout on your abs. I'm going to move into the oblique variation now. So one foot stays lifted and we're turning in that direction. Try and keep your pelvis nice and still as you roll that back in and then reach to the other side. So one foot rolls in and out, keeping your pelvis supported, not letting it rock side to side or forwards and backwards. I tend to exhale as I reach up and across. Inhale to switch, belly button to spine, exhale, reach. Inhale, switch, exhale, reach. Inhale, switch, exhale, reach. And if it feels quite easy, you can bring your feet down lower on the ball so that they're stretching out at a lower angle. See how that feels. Coming up to sit on the ball now. Grab your hand weights. I've got 2 kilo weights here. First of all, just find your bearings. Hands on your hips. Have a little shimmy, left, right, tilting forwards and back. Find that nice neutral position. I still haven't pumped my ball up, so it's a little bit flat for me. Ideally, this would be a 90-degree angle and here would be a 90-degree angle. Okay, bringing your hands around to the front now. I'm going to try and walk my feet together a little. They're not quite touching. I'm turning to one side, lowering the weights down, lifting them up and around to the other side. Now, as I do this, I'm being really strong through my tummy muscles, really drawing my belly button in towards my spine to keep it really, really safe and sort of stable, secure feeling. If that's feeling okay, you can walk your feet together a little closer. And maybe you can move a little faster, maybe not. Doing it slowly is often more difficult. Can you then bring your knees together? Tricky. Back to straight sitting. Let's bring your hands up to your shoulders. Okay, try and keep your feet together if you can. I want you to take your hands up to the sky and reach for the sky. So it's sort of like you're shrugging. Lower the shrug and reach back up. We're just engaging some deep muscles in our shoulders here. Reach for the sky and lower with control. Reach and lower. Reach and lower. Reach. Can you keep that shrug as you bring your hands back to your shoulders and take them back up? Making sure your chin is in, so you're getting all your double chins out, trying to maintain that shrug as you do an overhead press. Just keeping our shoulder blade in a really good position here. We often tend to drop a bit through our shoulders and our scap rhythm can get a little bit out of whack. Okay, shoulders back down. Let's open out and then bring our hands back to our shoulders. Out, back to your shoulders, out, shoulders. My knees have gotten a little bit wide. Check that you're still sitting really nice and tall. Deep core muscles working just to maintain that position. Okay, back to the center with your hands. I want you to imagine that you're pushing two rocks apart. Push, 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 push. If you've got weights that you can pull your fingers back towards you, that's great. Otherwise, just go for some small backward circles here. Whew. Never has 2 kilos felt so heavy. Try not to get a big bounce up on the ball. I know that can be tricky. From out here, let's go up to the sky, back in, up, reach, out, back up, and in, up, reach, out, up, reach, in, up, reach, out, up, reach, in, up, reach, out, up, reach. From here, taking both weights down behind your head and back up to the sky. So a tricep extension, the weights can be touching each other or you can keep them so they're not touching each other. Key thing is that we're taking them down behind our head and then all the way out to straight. Down, smooth and controlled with this. Nice little arm workout. Oh, we're working hard to stay nice and still on the ball. If it's feeling quite easy, you can of course lift one foot and do maybe half a set or a full set. One foot up and then the other half with your other foot. Just notice if there are any differences side to side. Hands coming back down, pop the weights back down. We're coming around to kneeling behind your ball now. Okay, elbows on the ball. Now you can moderate how far this goes out according to how you're feeling, but we're going for a stir the pot. So ideally, we're in a plank position on our knees. We've got quite a lot of weight through our shoulders. And we need to be, again, really strong through our core muscles. Make sure you keep breathing, making the circles as big as you can. and then back in the other direction. So this is called stir the pot. Nice and tricky, good for our shoulder stability. And see if you can do multiple sets here. The next one we're going to do is a tricep extension. So it's that same kneeling position, out to straight and elbows back in. Out, elbows in. So my body is hopefully like a plank, and I'm out and in. While it is working my triceps, it's also working through my core and my back, and I'm needing to work really hard just to stay in this position. Probably not going to be able to do too many of those. And I'm going to come up and we'll take our tummy onto the ball now. So a prone position where the closer your feet are together, the harder this will be. Think about protecting your spine, so a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt helps you to stay in neutral. We're going for an I, so your thumbs are towards the sky, back down, and then a Y, thumbs towards the sky, and then out to a T, arms up. So I, Y, T. I, Y, T. And if it feels okay, you can do a few pulses in each. I, maybe up to 5 pulses, slow and controlled. Y. And then T. So I would go through and do a few sets of each of those. Coming off the ball at the end, hands on top of the ball. Send your hands away, sinking your knees back, chest towards the ground for a nice big stretch, which is sort of like child's pose. And you can rock forwards and back here, playing with your mobility. You can come across to one side or to the other, and moving through your hips a little to have a nice stretch out through your lower back. I hope that feels great. Have fun.